Hello and good morning, everyone, in the live chat. Are you excited for the today's live? Thank you for your concern, Saurav. Yeah, but my leg is not fine. Doctor had put plaster, not my on my complete leg, but on my feet. So good news for you. Now I can officially take 4 lives in a week because it will take time more than a month to get healed. And I've applied for work from home from my office, and it got approved. So now we will be having 4 lives in a week. Okay. And I'm on painkiller and medication, so it's fine. Okay, let's start with phase 7, session 7, or live 7 for SQL. And this is nothing but the finishing tool every working analyst using daily or uses daily. So before that, let's have a quick recap of what we have covered in the last session. So we have covered the golden rule, of course, always select before update and delete. Second, the alter table change structures like select into dot 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 stars and copies queries and more. Last and was the most important was start transaction, commit, rollback, and that is nothing but your safety net. So hope the last session was easy one, I think, compared to session 5, and was most important one also, because in that session we were not just reading the data, we were updating our original schemas or tables. So welcome back to Code with NM. I am Nilesh Maurya, software engineer, your educator and founder of Code with NM. We are almost at the finish line of the core curriculum today, the last stop before our capstone projects. We are covering 4 practical tools today that you will generally use in most and every real analyst task. So today's on deck is case statement. This is a roadmap of what we are going to learn today. View, indexes, date function, string function, and of course, as we have started this pattern to solve one real business use case and 3 practical questions, and then followed by 3 interview questions, which is most important. So we will be seeing that at the end, followed by Q&A. Okay. So far, we have learned to read the data, to change the data. Today is about polishing it. The tools that turn a working query into a professional one. It's nothing but 4 tools, one line for each one of them. I will be explaining them in one line. Simple. So, case, build conditional logic directly into a query. For example, like an if and else statement. View, save a complex query so your whole team can reuse it with only one word. Then indexes, make your query faster on large scale real world tables. The last is date and string function. We will be seeing both clean and reshape messy real world data. Good morning, Karthik, in the live chat. So let's jump on to the first part. I don't want to go into much more theoretical things. Once you understand the concept, when you understand the query, you will ultimately can frame your own sentences. So first is case statement. So what is case statement? If you see closely below case statement, I've just written it what it is logically. So case statement lets you build if and else logic. And if you know programming or basic Python programming, you know what is if and else. So right inside a select, instead of a raw number, you can label it. So let's jump on to the example and see the case study or a case statement. I'm opening my SQL. Meantime, you can all open it. Hope this is visible. First thing first, always make sure you select your DB. So here company underscore DB is not selected. How I know? Because it is not highlighted. To select your DB, the command is use company DB, not company DB, use. And of course that underscore DB is my DB name. In your case, it can be your DB name. Okay, so now if you see it is highlighted, means we have successfully selected our DB. Okay, let's start with what happened to I was getting a call, so my camera turned off. Okay, so let's start with first query. Select and first name. Once I complete this query, I will be explaining to you all. Everything is very normal up till now what you have seen. Just I'm introducing case over here, and case is nothing but if and else. So when salary, so if and else means we will have two conditions over here in this query. There will be a two conditions. So salary is less than 48,000. So then means they will be called as entry level. Okay, let me have this entry level level. And when salary between 48,000 and 60,000, let's say, then they are mid level, and at the end else they are senior level. So here we are bifurcating on the basis of salary, not experience. You can do the same thing with the help of experience, and this is important. End case should be end as salary underscore. So I'm renaming this complete case as salary band. Okay, and this all we are doing in our table, which is nothing but employees. So I hope this is explanatory, self-explanatory what I have done over here. If you know if and else or nested if else, elif, if, else, it's the same thing. If you are not getting it, I will explain it to you. So successfully we have generated an error. Now I will say this. Our motive is to generate error, not then output. Output you all can generate, but error very few can generate. Okay, what is the error we have done over here? Let's take one by one. Why I always do this type of exercise? Because debugging skills is the most important skills in software engineering. Either you are a data analyst, data scientist, front end, back end, data engineer, SQL engineer, database engineer, it doesn't matter. If you can't debug your code, you're not good at job, you're not fit for that role. Okay, why I always say this? I'm not sure other people on the YouTube or your offline college or classes, your mentors tell you this, because 70% of software engineering job is debugging others code. You're not going and starting the new project with scratch. Okay, there will be already an existing project or product in the organization, and you will be hired as a fresher or a senior, and someone has already written few hundred lakhs of lines of code, and you need to debug it, fix the error, or you need to introduce something new inside that file only without breaking the existing functionalities. So that's why debugging is important. If you see on a line number 6, it says X year, so it already highlighting that which line has an error. So simply I've just made a typo in salary. So let's fix that. And now it is done. Let's execute. And also if you see, it is also underlining, red underline is there under between. And if you read the error, it simply says else senior level and as salary underscore bank line number 6. Okay, so we have issue on line number 6. One issue I fixed. There was a typo here. What is the other issue? The other issue is if we are saying that it is between this and this, why this less than sign is required? This less than signs holds no important here in line number 6, because we are just saying salary is between, means we are ranging the salary from 48,000 to 60,000. So this is also not required over here. This is an extra, and that's what's the two error I've introduced. Okay, now if I execute this, it will run. See, it is green and it has ran successfully. Let me. Okay, we have 10 employees and you can see the output. Let me zoom this. Okay, Arav salary. So he is in between 48 to 60. So that's why mid level. Same for Priya. So let's take for less than 48. So Meera has 42,000, which is less than 48. So she is entry level. And of course, senior level Karan and I think Rohan has more than 60,000. So they are senior level. I hope you understand this. Give me a thumbs up if you got this, the output. Karthik understood. Thank you for confirmation. And for others, let me explain you the code. It's simple. Just if you know if and else, you can easily know the case studies. Okay, so what I have done, I have selected first name and salary. For example, like your manager asks, they want to bifurcate on the basis of the salary that people or the employees in that particular team or in their complete organization in the company, though those who have salary less than 48,000, they are entry level. Those who have the salary between 48 to 60, bifurcate them on the basis of the mid level, and the salary more than 60,000, make them a senior level. Okay, this is the basis of salary, but in real world it will be based on experience. Okay, so simple, you write the case and then after that this tab space is required because these three lines are inside case. If you know Python, this is indentation, simple. And simple, the when is required, like if is required to create the condition, here when is required, when, and my condition is salary is less than 48,000, then is nothing but like a print statement. If this is true, make that particular employee as an entry level. The second is again else if you know. So the second condition again, and the condition is between 48 to 60,000, and if it is true, then make that employee as mid level. Or else, in if else, the last part is else, here is else. If both the condition is not true, the else will execute. That's why else never have any condition. If this both are not true, means it is false, ultimately else will execute and means their salary is more than 60,000. And end as means we need to end this case, and as I want the new column name as salary band, and that's it. Done. It's very easy. Okay, and how SQL understand this. So SQL check each when in order. Understand this. I have explained you this query, but how SQL understand this, we also need to learn that. So SQL check each when in order means line number 5th, the line 5th of when will we execute first from top to bottom. So we have line on when on line number 5, this is first, then this is second, and if you have more, they will execute from top to bottom in order and uses the first one, that is true. So if this is true, it will execute it and use it. If the second one is true, it will execute it and use it. It's not like actual if and else that this condition is true, it will direct jump onto the output. It will execute each and every else if and if also. Okay, in this case that is also true and else also. In if and else, if condition is true, else part is skipped, or else if is not true, else part is executed. But here SQL will execute everything, and depending on their salary range, then it will skip few of the if or one else. Understood this? So else catches everything that didn't match and when about it. In when, if anything doesn't match, it will catch everything and it will directly give that employee as a senior level. The whole thing produce one new column, aliased using as or with as. Okay, understood this? I think you all understood it. I can see your thumbs up and the understanding things. Okay. So let's see one example, and I want you all to do it, and then I will show you. Create a case which can also be used to reclassify text, not just number. I've shown you the number. Can you use it to reclassify the text? What do you mean by reclassified? Let me have the question on the screen. Reclassified as text, not just number. And this is the example of real world. In real world, you can see this type of example. My camera is much more closer to me, I know. Let's have few seconds. If not, I will solve this for you. What are the textual things in our DB? It's first name, of course, last name, department, hire date and salary is number. Okay. Don't understand the question. Okay, let me solve it, then you will understand this. Reclassify the text. This one word only, reclassified. You see the example and you will get in one go only then. Let me solve this for you all. And this type of question will be asked in interview. And first thing first, it will be there on job. Hello. Arkham, yes. Now I in my mind I was trying to I think I've pronounced it right. Last time I department in, see, this is what I was saying, and this is the in job you will be doing this type of stuffs, and in interview also they will be asking you. And I know it is not easy for you all to understand in one go, but let me complete it and I will make you understand. And if someone is getting it, it's very good. Finance in NC done, and then op. And why I'm saying this, you will be doing this on job every now and then. I will explain you that too. Other, and let's end this as team underscore group, and this solve from employees. Done. Okay, what I have done is, what is revenue team? Okay, your manager or director or stakeholders, they're interested in the company's revenue. They are interested in the operational team. How much cost is going behind running an operational team? What are the revenue that company is generating? They are not interested in the particular department like sales, marketing, IT, finance. They don't want this type of data. They want revenue team or revenue data. Okay, so that is why here case is important, because now we have clubbed or merged two different department into a new team. In the second one also, IT and finance into operation teams. Understand how operation works? For operation you required funds, and of course you required a operation teams which also have IT, because IT runs your businesses. Today you just name any of the businesses who is not depend on IT. Any business you can name one which is not depend on IT. If you name one, I can say they are using phone pay or GPay to take payments. That's why IT is also there in each and every businesses today. IT is there in some part of it. So that's why it comes under operation team. Revenue, how much sales we are doing in a week, in a day, or a month, and how much we are spending behind the marketing. Understand that this is a commerce concept, but you should know some of it, and I think this is very basic and you all know it. Okay, so we just club them into new teams. Let me execute this. This is known as reclassifying the text. Okay, now which employee belongs to which team? So let me zoom the output. Okay, ROS sales is in revenue team, pre is in marketing, they are in revenue team. This is from higher perspective, because top management, higher management doesn't want to know you are in sales or department. They only understand money. Are you in a revenue team or in a operation teams? So higher management sees operation as one leg and revenue as another leg of their businesses. Okay, that's why this bifurcation is important, and this you will be doing in real world. Okay, and we also have Mira in operations, and I don't have that operation bifurcation over here, clubbing of that operation team. That's why you can see Mira. Let me zoom in again. That's why you can see Mira is in other team. It's not sure which team. I've just purposely done it. Mira should be falling under the operation team, but I purposely done it to show you all. Now you understood it. So why this is required? Every dashboard you have seen with the labels with high, medium or low, or risk or active, inactive, was almost certainly built with a case study under the hood. Okay, in real time, if you see any analytical dashboard, this is how it is built. For example, in I think Power BI, we were clubbing many things. We have the Excel sheet, and then we were clubbing with many things like attrition, total number of attrition, total number of employees. In SQL, with the help of case, we can create our own team. I am just saying as team. You can name it whatever you want, but you can club more than two things and then have a new thing. This is a proper bifurcation with the help of case study. Now you all got it. What is reclassifying text? And why it is important? If yes, I will explain you the query also. Case and when is the same thing, else and end. We all have seen this. But why I've used in? Because I'm not directly comparing the columns. Here we are getting two values like sales and marketing from one column, which is nothing but department. That's why we are saying sales and marketing is in department. So when department in sales and marketing, I am saying when that particular employee department is sales or marketing, then the new column team group, this is the team group we have created, make them the team of revenue, make them a part of revenue team. The second is also in department. If that particular employee is in IT or finance, then make it the team of, or make that particular employee in operation team. Understood? How then is acting? Then is same thing. Then is the same thing. You read this statement, Saurav, in English format. Then is nothing but a print statement over here. For example, what I am explaining you is when department in means that, for example, Saurav department is marketing. So this case study will execute the first line. Department in Saurav is in sale. No, but Saurav is in marketing. Yes, Saurav is in marketing. Then make Saurav a part of revenue team. Understood? Same with if Karthik is in IT. So line number 6 will execute, and when department of Karthik is IT or finance, either of the one. So Karthik is IT, then make Karthik a part of operation team. Understood? Any more doubt on this? Yes, Karthik. In you can say that, but that is much more confusion because as is always used as the naming the new columns, but then over here is used as the value inside that particular column. Understood? Done? Can we move on to the next topic? Let me have thumbs up from everyone, because this advanced SQL is much more important in real world. All we have studies you will be doing in each and every minute or 5 minute or hour, but this you need to give a proper reporting to your stakeholders, your higher management, your manager. So in this way you need to provide them the data. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Let's see what is the next topic is. Case statement done. I think you all got it. What is case statement? And this today's live is very much important. Okay, next is view. So view is a saved query that behaves like a virtual table. It doesn't store its own data. It just reruns your query every time someone select from it. Okay, let's see it in action and you will understand this definition. I think you all have this query. If you want, I can just give you in the chat this one. Done. Let me remove this and let's start with view. So to create view, the query is create view only, create view. And we need to rename, we need to name the view itself. So let me name it. And we are creating a view. Let me give you the question also. This is not a question. We are just creating a view for department summary. They are interested in the department summary, also the number of employees. In department summary, it comes with the number of employees, their salary or average salary. So I will be going with average salary per department because it is department wise. So this is how you create view. So create view, your view name. So my view name is department underscore summary as now our normal query. Select department and here I will be using aggregate function. So I'm selecting everything. Count star is selecting everything as number of employees, and then we will calculate their average salary, and we will say as avg salary, and this is done. And this all we are doing from our table employees, and we will group by, because this is based on department. That's why this group by is important. Everything department summary means the number of count of employees as per their department, the average salary as per their department. Simple. So that's why we need department. That is the demand of the question. Okay. So this is the view we have created. This is our view, means this department underscore summary has department count of the employees and their average salary. Now we can use this department summary as per our requirement. Okay, so let me use this select star from. Now I will use that view which we have created, summary, select star from department summary. Also you can do in multiple ways. So let me first do it in this way, then we will apply much more condition to it and see. So let's execute this, and you can see the output. Let me scroll them. So you can see department, number of employees in each department, and average salary of that department. So sales has 4, marketing 2, IT 2, finance 1, and operation 1. So finance and operation 1 average salary will be the same salary of that individual employee because they have only one employee. How average calculated? Number of employees, addition of salary of number of employees divided by number of employees. I know you know how to calculate average. Okay. So this is what the output is. Select star from department summary. We have done this, and this is the output of line number 6. This is the output of line number 6. Don't get confused. And what is required in this line number 6? Department salary is required. Where it got that department salary? It got from above view. So in this way, you don't need to again and again write this 3 complex line. It's not complex, 3 big line. Saurav in the chat, how as is working here? It is used to create new rows. Again, I'm repeating it. It is used to create name of the new rows, and you can see the number of employees and average salary. Saurav, in the output is nothing but the name of my new column, not rows. Rows are this, sort of. Rows are this. Rows are always horizontal. Columns are vertical. So you can see number underscore employees is being created, and average salary is the name of the column. Understood? Yeah, new column only. And how it is created, it's simple. I think I've already shown you in this I've already shown you in aggregated function, this 3 line. We have already seen this. I've just added this 3 line under the view, nothing else. Means it's nothing but creating your own addition function. Like in Python, if I create a function def add add or def addition, under that I am just returning num1 plus num2. This is a function I have created. Now I can use this function wherever I want and anytime. Always it will return addition of 2 number. That is the view. View is nothing but creating your own function with its own name. So here if you see count star means count everything as num employee, but this everything is limited to department. That's why group by department. Karthik in the chat, view is virtual / temporary table. So this is a virtual table. View is nothing but a virtual table. It doesn't store any data. That is a definition of view. Let me give you the definition of view also. so you all be very much clear. Yeah. Any more doubt before I make this line number 6 a bit complex? I think line number 6 is very easy. This is a virtual table, means nothing but a view. And how we have done this? We have created a view named department underscore summary, as this is a complete thing we are doing inside it. To understand SQL, just understand the plain English. For example, we can say import panda as PD. Now, PD has each and every function, each and everything like panda library has. So it's same thing. I'm saying select department and then count everything from employees, each and every employee, and then create a new column and name that column as num underscore employees. Same for the average salary. I'm saying calculate average salary as average salary column, means I want that output inside the average salary column from employees. Then how this all is limited to their own department like sales, finance, marketing. That is the power of group by. Done? This is clear. Give me a thumbs up, or else you are not understanding any of the line. Just let me know. And I will also explain you this 4 line. See, create view name as your query. So line number 2 to 4 is our query, whatever we want to do inside that view. That's the entire syntax. Once created, once view is created, department underscore summary, in my example it is created, you can use it in any of the other query. For example, on line number 6, I have used select everything, select star means everything, from department underscore summary, and we have seen the output. It's shown us everything, each and every employee. Okay. The view, how this works, the view is always up to date. Why it is up to date? Because it will rerun the underlying query. It reflects the live data automatically. If you call this, and then again if you use department summary in another query, in next line in another query, what will this department summary do? It will jump onto here, and then it will rerun this 3 line, which is nothing but a another query inside our view. It will rerun that. So if the table real time, in real time you have 10 data while time of executing line number 6, on line number 7 you write a new query, that time table value increase from 10 to 12. Then on line number 7 query, this will rerun this 3 line and you will get new data. Yes. Okay, you are confused with as is always used to create new columns, but as is here on line number 1, as is used to create a virtual table. See, don't by heart this, that as always create a new column. Depending on what line, what query, and what keyword you are using, as will act like that. For example, here we are creating, view will always create a virtual table. So here this as will always create a virtual table. As is not, see, as is creating nothing. The job of as is here, its importance of it is nothing. It's because of create view. This create view is creating a virtual table. Again here, this as number employees is creating nothing. This is the main code. Count star, average salary, these two are the main code, because we are calculating all the employees, we are calculating average salary. We need a column name to display that in the output. So this as is the naming part. This is only the naming part. It doesn't create anything. Original thing were created, like the virtual table was with the help of create view, and this num employees and average salary is been created by count average salary, and of course the group by department. Understood? Don't by heart this, that as is creating a new column or it is creating a virtual table. It's not like that. Now it is clear. If it is clear, let me give you an example. Imagine your manager asks for the same department summary every week. Instead of rewriting that query every time, or worse, sending them a entire Excel sheet or a spreadsheet that goes unreadable for your manager. The readability of huge millions of records in an Excel sheet is difficult. So you hand them this view, one word, and always refresh. Understand? For example, let me make this a bit complex. Let me add it over here. I'm just adding one condition. How more we can use this? Average salary is greater than 50,000. Now what this will filter? It will go to this department summary, and then this 3 line will again execute. And now before displaying us the output, this where query means this condition will execute where average salary. I am saying this, I am applying this condition to the last column, and where the salary is more than 50,000, that data will only be displayed. Let me execute this, and if we have any error we will fix it. Okay, it says 50,000 is the issue. That is not the issue. Okay, it says department summary already exists. Okay, now let's understand this. That's what's the error I want to generate. See, I'll let me mouse over on this error. And the doubt I think Karthik was asking was, view is virtual or temporary table. Karthik, this is the answer to it. I said in the definition it is a virtual table. Temporary table will be limited to your one query. Once it is executed, the temporary table is gone. See this output. Sorry, error. Let me zoom in. Okay. What the error says? The error says table department summary already exists. Let's understand this error. This is very much important. Table department summary already exists. 1050 is the error code. Okay, let's understand this. I have just changed my query and reran everything. But now it is saying, the SQL is saying, bro, it's already being created. Why you are executing same thing? That means it fit the purpose of create view. I don't need to write this 4 line again and again. I can remove this 4 line, and now entire team, not just one, if you have 10 developers in the team, they can use your department summary again and again and generate an output. So if I remove that and if I execute this, see, there is a new error comes. Let me zoom in that error. I will show you all type of possible error on this, so that you won't make mistakes in real time or while time of homework. If you do homework, I'm not sure you all do homework or not. Now it says 1064, you have an error in SQL syntax. Okay, I think this is a normal error. What is a fix to this? Anyone? And now the error in, if you see here, if you see over here, let me zoom the error. It says the error is on department summary. There is two things. If you understand these two things, let me know. First thing, do we really need to write that 4 lines of create view again and again? And the second one is, what is the error over here? Okay, let's go one by one because this is important. First thing, do you really think we need to write 4 lines of create view dip, for example? Do we really need to write this 4 line again and again in each and every query? Just in the chat say yes or no. Whatever, you can be wrong, you can be right. If you are wrong, we will learn together. If you are right, we will move on. Saurav is saying about homework. Homework of 4 and 5 session from whole playlist. Homework. Okay. So Saurav is saying only session 5 and 4 is pending. No, no, no. So you all think we don't need to write this 4 line of code again and again. Okay, I will go with you all. Whatever you say, I will go with it. And then if there is a mistake, I will fix for you all. Okay. So if I remove this and if I executing this, why it is giving me an error over here? Yes. Yes, in the live chat, hi, I'm learning SQL recently. I've completed 1 4-hour lecture. Please let me know from where I should practice my SQL from basic to reach the advanced level. Welcome to Code with NM, Yash, and you are on the advanced level. This live is for the advanced level. Go to the Code with NM and you can start with, let me show you from where you can start, which is the first. Okay, Yash, for you, if my screen is visible to you. So this is now the today's live which is going on. I'm on Code with NM and just scroll down a bit. Here, this is the first live. The title is Everything You Need to Know to Get Started with the SQL. So if you're done with this, see, I cannot recommend directly jump into the sessions and start learning from basic. First, you need to know the roadmap, what I'm going to teach you, and after learning SQL, why it is important and where you will be reaching after learning this. So this live is important, Yash. Once you go through this live, then start with this. This is a first live group by having aggregation, then inner and left, and then subqueries, and then other threes. So where you find it, Code with NM, under live just scroll down and start with the first basic. In there I have showed how to install MySQL and some basic queries, what are queries and everything in the first video. From that you can follow all the 6 videos. In total there are 7 videos, and after this live I will be doing a capstone real world project and SQL is completed from my side. Okay, and make sure you join the Code with NM Discord, that is Code with NM family. If you have any doubt, you can ask me there, or else there are very smart people like Karthik, Saurav, I can see 1 minute, I'm not sure his name, and many more. They will help you to grow 10x time. I will help you to grow 100x time. Okay, joining a community is important, guys, for you all. And everything is free on Code with NM. Learning is free. Joining Discord is free. Of course, communicating and helping out each other is also free. Okay. So Karthik in the chat, view is created on schema. Rahul. Okay, 1 minute name is Rahul. Okay. And Saurav is saying it is giving SQL version error. Okay. And Saurav is maybe this version does not support the syntax. Okay, Saurav. Okay. So you all gone through. Okay, you all are executing this at your end. I think that's why Saurav answer is this, and Karthik answer view is created on schema. So I have never shown you this, that if we create view or a temporary table or other things, where can we see in MySQL? So let me just zoom this. Do you all see this company table? Inside table we have departments that we have created, we have employees that also we have created, high earners if you remember we have created, and salary audit we have created. There is a view. If you see, there is a view. Let me refresh this, because without refreshing you can't see anything inside the view. Let me refresh this, and here is an icon to refresh it. I just click on that icon and now you can see. Let me again zoom in. I just use this button to refresh, and now you can see there is a drop down in our view. Let me click that, and I clicked it. You can see the department summary view we have created. That's why I told you this is a virtual table, not a temporary table. Temporary table will be deleted once your query has been executed and you close your MySQL or the connection with the MySQL if you're using a command line interface. Okay, but here view has created a virtual table with department, num employees, and average salary that we have named the columns. Yes, up till now if it is clear, then I will be jumping on to this part. Yes, in the chat, few suggestion for you. Hire a good thumbnail designer, increase the circle diameter because your face gets cut your upper side. Thank you, yes, for the suggestion, but my placement of my phone is not appropriate. But yeah, I will make sure for this. And uh, my focus is up till, I think, up till more than 1 or 1.5 year. My focus is that to deliver a good quality of content, not to get more views or more watch hours or to earn from YouTube. My main focus is to deliver the good content and make you market ready software engineer. If you, for example, like 10 or 20 got placed by learning from Code with NM, I will be the most happiest person. And if I'm delivering it, the right content, the right thing for you all to be a software engineer, ultimately it will grow. So my intention is not to grow Code with NM exponentially. My intention to teach you what is going in and around the market. But good suggestion. Thank you for that, and I will consider it. And I am myself is not an editor or anything. So I found anything here and there on internet. I try it on Code with NM. Okay. Up. If this is clear, where to find the views, what we have created. Now let's jump on to the query itself. Okay. Now, Saurav says this version doesn't support this type of syntax. Okay. So Saurav, if you know how to execute this on CLI, if you all know what is CLI is, if my face is cutting, yes, so I can just sit in this way. Let me just now I think I'm visible up till head. Yes. Okay. And I'm audible also. So can you run all this? Okay, give me a minute. Someone is on my door. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience caused. And there was a parcel. Okay, if you understand where you can view and other things, let's focus on this query and let's wind up and let's move on to the next topic. So, again, you all had focus, and I think Saurav has got it. But now, if you see, I've executed the same stuff. My screen was shared. I didn't touch the mouse and cursor. I didn't do anything magically. But now this query has been executed. So, Saurav, your was maybe this version doesn't support the syntax. Was incorrect. Why? I have already told like C and C++. This is the habit of MySQL to give you random errors. And if you remember on the live one, day one, I have installed the latest version of SQL with you all. And you all also have downloaded the latest version of SQL. So there is no SQL versioning issue. Why I'm saying this? Because if I change this department summary to employees, this is a basic query, select star from employees and with a condition where average salary should be 50,000. If your view exists, our view is department underscore summary. If this exists, this query should 1000% running and giving you an output. Now again you will be having a query, then why you are getting this department underscore summary error? It's because of cache memory of MySQL. Understood this? And now let's focus on the output also. Let me zoom in this. If you see the output, our condition was more than 50,000. The condition was more than 50,000. So marketing average salary is more than 50,000. IT and finance is also above 50,000. Now you all got it. Why I was spending time was how you can find that view has been created on the left side panel. That's why I was spending much more time on it. So you need, and this is much important, once you create the view, it will be there up till you delete it or anyone else delete it. Okay. Okay. So see, this is the thing. SQL is the querying language. Querying key, that this is, we are writing queries, we are not coding, we are writing queries. This is a query language. HTML is hypertext markup language, but Java, Python, they are programming language, and in programming language there are different versions of libraries. So in Java, if you know Java good enough, we use multiple libraries. Some of the libraries support something. In the coming version, in the latest version, they deprecated the old stuffs because of the security issues. For example, I still know when I was in XYZ company, I can't name it. There they were using Jakarta. Jakarta is a Java library and it was deprecated. And we updated, someone updated, not we, someone in my team updated that Jakarta library without being concerned that what does it break any functionality, and it really broke many functionality. So while fixing that was a very painful method, because then we need to change many codes, many functions that they have stopped supported in the new library of Jakarta. So Java, yes, of course, in Java you can see that type of things, but in SQL it's very bare minimum you can see that type of stuffs. Because why? That is a programming language based on library. This is a complete software. This is the difference. This is a complete software. Understood? But yeah, good attempt, Saurav. Your question leads to multiple answers. Yes, you need to know about the Java and the difference between this and Java and much more things. So for others, if you're that making sense, understand this. If not, let's move on. Give me a thumbs up if you all got the view. But make sure you answer some random things so uh, I can also go off topic and explain you that stuff too. Okay. So next topic I think will be indexes, I think. Yes, the next topic is indexes. So this is more about awareness than daily use. But every analyst should understand what an index is and why it matters. Okay, so let's jump on to creating an index, and the explanation is big. Let me open SQL. It's behind here. And I think you have already seen the query. I have mentioned it in the PPT. So it's simple: create index idx underscore department on employees, and this is something different. Done. This is one line query to create an index. Before executing it, let me explain the analogy of index. So think of an index exactly like the index of the or at the back of your textbook. Without it, finding every mention topic in your index or reading it is difficult. For example, the entire book page by page number and whatever in your textbook. We have all gone through the school and we see have index, this topic is on page number this, paragraph this, sentence this, I'm reading the line number this. Okay, this is how we have learned English. For example, we are the SQL is on page number 12. So SQL page number 12, topic index, I'm reading the paragraph 3, sentence number 2. Understood? So with it, you jump straight to the right page. A database index does the same thing for a column. It let MySQL find matching rows without scanning the entire table. Understand? Let me execute this now. And it is executed successfully. If you see, it is green. And what it does, it create a simple index for SQL to track it down. For example, we have created employee ID, employee 001, 002, 003, 004. In the same way, this index will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just giving an example. It will create an index. So with the help of index for MySQL, it is easy to find that matching row without scanning the entire table. Understood the definition? Yes or no? Definition is understood. Yes or no? Then we can move on to more things. Select star from what? This is our complete table. And if you see employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have created it for our understanding. For REs, same index will do for MySQL. Definition understood, but cannot think it practically. Yes, that's what I will give you more example on it. But if definition is clear, let's understand it. Why it is required, you need to understand, then you will understand practically. Okay, indexes makes select, where, and join. If you know select query, if you know where, the condition query, and join query, we have seen inner join and everything. Join query on the column faster. Karthik in the chat understood its definition. It's used to find the data just like a page. Yes, of course. So you all understood the uh, definition, I think. But this time you all didn't got the Karthik is saying output and Saurav is saying practically. Both are the same thing. They both, and I think each and every one of you have understand the definition. But this time you didn't understand the output. Hold on a second. Just bear with me and you will understand the practical or the output thing, whatever you call it, after this explanation. Okay. So I was saying, yeah, select where and join. Yeah. So indexes make select where and join query on that column or a particular column faster. Why? Because now MySQL needs to address and find that particular index only, not the end. It doesn't need to iterate complete table itself. So that's why it became faster. But on the same time, it makes insert, update, and delete slightly slower, or you can say slower, since the index itself has to be updated too. For example, if you update one row, it index should be updated. If you deleted one row, all the index should be updated. If you inserted new row, means new data, then that particular row index also should be updated. Okay. Index also use extra storage in your DB, extra storage in your table, in your DB, of course. In a table, if it is consuming the storage in table, it will be consuming it in the database itself. Okay. You won't be creating indexes daily as an analyst. That often a job of DBA job, if you know what is DBA. But knowing this trade-off exists and being able to talk about it is exactly the kind of thing that comes up in the interview. So they will give you an index question and you need to solve it. Now let's talk about the practicality of it, or else the output you want to see. Why can't you see the index in the table output if also it also consumes the space in your DB, the storage in your DB, but visually it is not there in the output? Why? This is the question. Yes, Saurav in the chat. And if insert in between, then afterward index needs to be abducted. Abducted. Adjusted. Okay. J is missing, Saurav. No worries, typo. I usually do many typos. Yes, if insert in between, for example, we have index 1 to 10, and if you're inserting in between after 5, so that new will be become 6, and after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, everything will be updated. Okay, but the major thing over here is why can't we see the index in the output although we have created it? Anyone, those who already worked on database, anyone with this? Why can't we see the output over here? Rahul, I seen Rahul giving complex answers, so I want Rahul to answer this. Rahul, and I think from two lives, Sandy is missing. Sandy is also very good at SQL, because I know Saurav and Karthik are beginners with advanced Excel with SQL, so they won't be knowing how the index output will be there. Let me wait for a few seconds for Rahul to answer because he is there in live. And if anyone knows, they can answer this. I don't want you all to Google it. Don't Google it, because we are here to learn it. We will learn why the index output is not there in our output. We will learn that. Googling it doesn't make any sense. You will get the answer today, but you will forget the concept tomorrow. My mom is standing right next to me with the breakfast that she's saying that you are not done the breakfast. I'm saying I'm on camera, don't come over here. Give me a minute. Meantime, you all can answer, or else my mic is on. My mic is on. I'm just turning off my camera. Mom won't listen and up till I complete my breakfast. Sorry for this. Okay, Karthik in the chat, it's creating on virtual SQL memory, so get data fast. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Okay, Karthik, and continue. That's the reason we can't get any output. Okay, so here is my answer. I have just waited for a few seconds. I think Rahul also doesn't know. That's why he is not answering. But good, Karthik, you're attempting, and Saurav, you're trying and guessing. Uh, See, in life, we can be wrong or right. If we are right, we can move on. If you are wrong, we will learn something. Okay, so the answer is create index usually produce no result. If it is succeed, MySQL simply show the output like 0 rows or something, doesn't affect it. Like here, let me zoom this. Like here we have, if you see here, create index on employee department is successful, and if you see 0 rows affected, 0 records, duplicate warnings, and XYZ. Okay, so where we can see this is something in this way. Let me uh, have that query here, show index from our table employees. Now you can see the index and other things, and that's why I was not showing this uh, because it has many things now. So I will not go inside and explain you everything. But if you see, this employee has one non-unique key and here 0. The key name is primary, here the other things. But understand, okay, this is, let me zoom in a bit. Now I think everything is on the screen. Okay, let's see this. You will see this information like table, non-unique key, and SEQ is sequence and index, and column name and uh, collation and other part. But we are not going into each and every part. This is a bit complex. So the first employee, the key name is primary, and you can see SEQ in index is 1. Column name is employee ID because we are the one who had made the employee ID as a primary key. But while creating the index, what we have done? We have done the key name is IDE department, means we are nothing but we have named the column department as index. That ID is the index department, that is the primary key. If you remember the index code, let me have that code on the screen first. Undo. This is how we have made that index, and we have named that ID department on our table, and we are saying create index on the basis of department. That's why in the output you are saying ID department. Understood up till now? Up till now it is clear? Yes, no. I know it is difficult, but so this is how you visually see the output. But I know you all are not getting it. But understand, this is the output. If you want to check your index has been created, this is the employee 1 ID department is the index has been created. Yes, sorry, was trying to figure out the answer. Okay, Rahul. No worries, no worries. If you know this, no worries. Now, what is the use of index? If this is the complex output we need to check for the index, what is the use of index? Okay, let me give you the two queries. Like for example, index has been created and it is for the SQL, not for us. Employee ID is for us, not for MySQL. Understand this two difference. We have created for ourselves employee ID, and the index is for nothing but SQL. That's why it is not visible to us, but to actually check it, the below is the output that we have successfully created the index or not. See, this is one query. This is one query, select star from employees where department equals to IT. So without an appropriate index, MySQL may need to scan many rows, many or all the rows for all the rows, because data is not in the sorted format that in first and it will find all the IT employees. We have 10 datas. In real world you will have millions of datas. So in millions of data or millions of rows, MySQL need to check each and every row. This is the painful for MySQL. For us, we will just execute and query when we will be sitting quietly up till the output of the table has been generated. Okay, for us it is there. Cannot understand the output. Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. See, you don't need to understand this output. Yes, don't try to understand this output. This is much more complex. It's beyond advanced SQL. Don't understand this. Understand where the SQL where the index is important. Okay, Saurav. And that's what I think Rahul is saying. Sorry, they're trying to figure out the answer. Okay, so where index comes into or it is helpful. So like for example, I'm just writing this query. I will not execute this one. Like we have done idx underscore, let's say department on employees. This was the code we have. Okay, I just changed the name from id to idx. This was the code we have. Here MySQL has an additional data structure it can use to find matching department more efficiently. How? Because we have index with the help of department. Understand this. For example, marketing will have index 1, finance will have index 2, IT will have index 3, and this 1, 2, 3 index I'm saying it is for MySQL, not for us. This is for the MySQL. So if you now run the previous query, this query, what it will do, it will go to directly index 3 because we have clubbed them on the basis of department. And not we have not just clubbed them, we have clubbed and given them an index, means given them a number. It won't be 3, it can be AC3EB, that is the index. Okay, let me have one table for you all to understand this easily. Oh, Karthik Singh, oh, now, no, I understand. When fetch any output SQL, find the output one by one, then create index it, and then don't execute one by one. It jump direct. Perfect, Karthik. Perfect. If you understood this, let me just open what. Okay, let me draw on white page only here. Let's focus everyone over here. This is one table I'm drawing. And here this is index 1, index 2 and index 3. We have clubbed them on the basis of department. So first is sales, second is finance, and third one is IT. Okay, and don't by heart this index will be 1 and 2. This is index, and we have clubbed them on the basis of department. Okay, very difficult to type with mouse. So now what MySQL has done with the help of index, it has given that particular department a numbering for SQL to understand and execute this. Okay, so every employee or data inside sales is belong into this department. Okay, this understand on the basis of department itself. So when you write this type of query, select star means select everything from employee where department equals to IT. If there was no index, it will execute row by row. MySQL will execute row by row, and then it will try to filter out all those employees. Department is IT, and then it will bring the output. That is slower compared to index. Now we have created the index. So what now MySQL needs to do? The SQL needs to focus on only the three index number. It will bring the data inside the three index number, and ultimately the three index number data is IT. So it doesn't need to filter out or sort or do anything. It directly go and check the index number. Okay, 3, and it is belongs to IT. It will bring all the data of index 3. This is much faster. Now you understood what is the importance of index and why I can't show you in the output, because this is created behind the scene for MySQL, not for us. Yes, no, I know this is complex, because that is why today's session name is Advanced Excel. But Karthik got it 100% correctly. Naturally, MySQL will execute row by row, but if we have created an index, it will directly jump onto that index number and fetch all the records associated with that index number. Perfect, Karthik, and I got the thumbs up from Saurabh too. I'm waiting for Rahul and others. Yes, in real, Karthik in the chat, in real world project, it's very useful because of millions of data. It reduce run execution. Yes, in real world, you're not working locally or working on cloud, and in cloud there is a RAM, there is a storage, there are other stuffs. So for companies, it is costing. This is an operation cost. To reduce this cost, SQL has created concept known as index. With this help of index, or with the help of index, the search query or filtering or anything to getting a data is much more easier. Let's take an example. Hardy in the chat, sir, can I get job by this? Of course, if you want to be a SQL engineer, you can get a job of database engineer. To be a database engineer, you should know one database at least. And if you know the complete Excel, which I have started from day one up till the capstone project, you can get an entry level job. And that's my motive is I create everything to make you market ready. Okay, let's understand this. If you search anything on Google, for example, if you search SQL on Google, how that search result is very quick, and you get in no time that okay, everything about SQL from Google, all the YouTube links and all the required necessary links, resource links, study materials, everything on the Google with the help of this indexes. Because behind the scene for SQL, Google has created its own index, and once anybody type this keyword like SQL, it just filter out many things and it brings all the results. But I'm just explaining you in a very easiest way. Google is much more complex. An index is also been used in data structures and algorithm. Okay, if you all understand this, let's move on to the next topic. And purposely I've just shown you this output, or else you will say I have not shown you this type of output. This is not required in real world for you all. This will be seen by principal engineer, architect engineer, or lead engineer, or your manager. So because there are other stuffs also which is beyond the advanced sequels, so I'm not getting into that. Okay, if you want to drop your index, so it's very easy. If you want to drop it, so let me, this was the code I've used to create the index. Let me share this with you. And if you want to drop it, it's very simple. Let me remove this thing. This is not required, and just change the create to drop. That's it. To remove any index, we have created an index. If you want to remove it, you can use drop index and that index name from our table. And if I execute this, it will drop the index. Now again it gives us an error. Now you all fix this error. This is very easy. Meantime, I will have my breakfast, or else my mom will start shouting me. Hardy difference between truncate and drop. Hardy, give me a minute. I will explain you. Okay, Hardy, I usually follow the roadmap and the execution flow of my life. Let me open my camera. I want to talk you to face. So how I follow is I teach a today's topic with the roadmap and recap, and then we have a proper business use case, and then we solve three practical questions and then interview questions, and then we jump onto Q&A session. And in Q&A session, I answer each and every questions of you all, because this video will be offline, and in middle if I try to answer many more things which is off topic, so people those are watching offline, that for them it doesn't make any sense. So that's why I have a Q&A session in the end, and I will answer the difference between truncate and drop. I think in previous live, which was on Friday, I have answered this already, but I will answer this in a Q&A session. Saurav, Karthik, Rahul, what is the error? Okay, let me go back to original thing. So error is nothing but, if you see, I've created an index with E, but here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to drop it with the help of X. So it was simply a typo thing. Now if I execute this, it will successfully, if you see the output, drop index, and our index has been successfully dropped. Done. So let's move on to the next part. I think which will be functions. Yes, date function. I think you all know what is date function, and you have already used in Python, Java, C, other programming language. It is same here in databases. So real world data is full of dates, hire dates, order date, sign up dates. This function let you calculate with them. Good catch, Saurav. This is the same error like previous, of course. And this type of error, if you see in MySQL, the error what I have generated is basically just check the name of your column or else your database, because 1064 is majorly saying this doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, is because of the typo you have created in your query, nothing else. So Karthik, maybe use alter table drop. Karthik in the chat is saying. So Karthik, that indexes is not inside my table, so altering table won't help me. We need to drop the complete index because it is a part of that table, but for the SQL, not for us. It is not there inside our table. So we can't alter the table and then drop the index. We need to directly drop the index. Simple answer to it. Okay, let's jump on to dates function. Select first name, and here what I'm trying to do is how many days and how many full years have each employee worked. So let me have the question on the screen so you all will understand what I am doing, what query I am typing over here. With the help of date function, we need to find out how many days and how many full years have each employee worked in our company. Simple. And this is the real requirement from our manager. Okay. So hire date, because here we need the name of that particular employee, and hire date we have in our database. So date differ, this is important. Current date, this I think you already saw in the last live. CORDAT will return the current date. Today is 23rd of August. And what is date differ is the difference between 10 minus 5 is the difference between 10 and 5. Understood? 10 minus 5 in English we can say difference between 10 and 5. 10 minus 3, 10 minus 2 is the difference between them. So to calculate the full year and number of days that employee has worked for an organization is simply but date difference. Date difference is from their hire date up till current date. Understood this line? And I have just naming that new column as days underscore employed. Now timestamp year, it should be year, and then hire date, and of course current date. I will explain you line number 7. Meantime, if you got line number 6, I think that line number 6 is very easy. Line number 6 is very easy. Line number 7 is also easy, but I will explain you line number 7. I know many of you will get confused on line number 7. Done. So you got the question, how many days and how many full years has each employee worked? Let me give you that in live chat. Here is a question, and let's execute this. And again, we generated an simple error. So here is a typo of timestamp. I don't want you all to fix it. I will fix it for you. Okay, done. Let me zoom in a bit. So first name, of course, hire date, days they have worked, and years they have worked. If you understand the output, you will understand the query. It is very easy. Let me be on camera. I'm not having the breakfast right now. Mom went inside. Okay. First name is Arav. Hire date 15th of Jan 2026. Up till now, from 15th of Jan up till now, it's 220 days, and years is 0, of course. So let's see for Rohan. Rohan has been hired on 10th of March 2025. It is 531 days of employment of Rohan, and number of years he has worked is more than 1 year, but for in mathematics SQL doesn't round off, so it shows 1 year. Perfect. Karthik in the chat, count number of years employee has worked. Yes, Karthik. And if you see, Vikram is with us from 14th Feb 2024. So he has worked 921. Give 10 minutes break and have the breakfast. Yeah, sure, Saurav. Yeah. After this, I will be taking a break. So for Vikram, he has worked 900. What? Okay, let me explain this. For Vikram, he has worked 921 days. So it is 2 years, more than 2 years. But again, SQL will calculate only the integer number, not the floating point, the decimal ones. Understood? So let me explain this, and I will be getting a 10 minutes break. And what I love is if something is going into without interruption, something is going into without a flow. There is a flow. Go with the flow. There is a saying, go with the flow. So if we are going with the flow, we will understand many things. But yeah, we will have a 10 minutes break because mom's order is the ultimate order. You also learn this. Whatever my mom says, I will just hear it in one go. So you also follow that. Okay, let me explain this. What I have done is what we need to find. We need to find the number of days and years The employed had worked, so employee name and their hired date. Date different is nothing but the subtraction, 10 minus 3, 10 minus 5. So we are minus the subtracting from hired date to current date, and we are mentioning as the days employed. So if you've seen the data, it is like hired date is 15th of Jan 2026, so it will count 1 2 3 days up till the current date, and it will show the number of days, like here in ROS 220 days. And here the timestamp difference, why I've used this, because now we need to calculate the number of years, not days. So timestamp difference is a inbuilt function, and it required the year. So we have here, of course, 2026, 2025, 2024 in our hire date. We have that year, and then hire date, of course, because this year will be we are getting, this year is the current year, of course, 2026, and the year should be mentioned in the hire date. If the year is mentioned missing in your hire date, it is impossible to calculate. Okay, so make sure your hire date should have the years like we have. Year means 2026 4. I think you understood this. And that current date, of course. Why the current date? Because the difference between them will give us the 220 days, and the difference between the year will give us the year. So it will, the timestamp difference will calculate first the difference in years, and to verify it, it will also calculate the number of days and then divide by 360, because 365, yes, what is 1 year equals to 365, and if it's leap year, 366, but I'm not considering leap year over here. So 365, if it is 365 days, that will 1 year, because we can't directly calculate the difference between the year. Also, we need to calculate the difference between number of days and then convert it into the 360 and have that 1 year. Okay, but simply you all understood this, the line number 5 is nothing but calculating the years. Yes, so we have seen the output. Okay, I'm just leaving on this screen. You just copy, or you can't copy, you just type this code into your SQL function and play around with it if you want. I will be back in 10 minutes, and I'm not just having the BRB screen. For example, like I have this BRB screen, I'm not having that. I'm just leaving this on my SQL screen. Okay, I will be back in 10 minutes. If you want, you all also can take break. So I'm back and sorry for the inconvenience caused, but family's first and mom is on the top. Okay, Rahul in the chat. If I'm only interested in the year as a new column, okay, Rahul, I will show you that query also. First, let me explain you. This current date will give you today's date, of course. Date difference is a number of days between two dates. For example, from 15th of Jan up till now, it will calculate the difference, and for our hours 220. And then timestamp difference is nothing but timestamps required three things. First is year, second is date 1, and third is date 2. Okay, higher date is our date 1 and current date is our date 2. The difference expressed in full year or month or date. Understand this? Okay, let me now continue and answer Raul's question that if he is only interested in the years as a new column. So I will show you that query to Raul. I will just change this to line. Everything will be the same, and that is nothing but year, and we need to mention higher date. Why higher date? Because higher date is the only column we have which has month, date and year. So from higher date we are extracting the year, and I will say as higher year. In some of the organization they required three different columns for date, month and year, so that's why this is required. And good question, Rahul. And date underscore higher underscore date as higher month. I will say as higher month. Okay, and let me execute this and you will all see the output. So this is the output. So first name, higher date, and you can see the higher year. Okay, 26, 25, 24, and higher month is 1 is Jan, and 11 is November, 3rd is March. If you are getting confused of this higher month, you can create your own query to rename as 1 as Jan, 2 as Feb, 3 as March, 4 as April, and so on. So if you all understood this, let's move on to the next topic. This was very easy, I think. If you all back, give me a thumbs up first. I continued teaching. Because the next part is string function, and then we will start with our business use case. Okay, this is the issue over here. Now I think, visible. Okay, I think people are on break. Okay, you all are back. Sorry, I promised for 10 minutes break. I went on 12:39 and I'm back on 53 only. But it is more than 10 minutes. I think I'm back on more before that only. No worries. If you are all back, if you understood, let's continue with the next topic, which is nothing but string. Let me show the PPT first. Okay. And it's easy. And finally, string function for cleaning and reshaping text data, because up till now we have just seen number. But what about textual data? Because in real world there are much more textual data. Yeah, Karthik already know about it. Yes, upper and lower, but there are more. There are length, there are concatenation, and I think this all you have learned in Python, Java, C, and many more other programming language. So I will be showing all four in one query only, because you already know this. I don't want to spend much more time about strings. So I will be showing concatenation, the upper, the lower, and length of the textual data. So let me start with this. Select concat. You know, concatenation. It's join two strings. For example, 4 plus 5 is 9. Addition of two numbers. So how you will add two string? That is called concatenation in concept, that adds two strings. Okay, so we need to give two strings. So first string is first name, and let have space in between. I don't want my complete name in one go, it is unreadable. So let's have space in between, and it's same as Python. This will create a space, and then last name, and we need new column name. So I will say it as full name. Simple. Same thing we will do with upper, and let's have department as upper. I'm choosing department so I can show you any of the column which has textual data. We can do the string function on it. So that's why I'm taking department, and let's say department underscore upper. Same I will do with department lower, so it is easy to visually see the output, because one department will be upper, the next to it will be the lower one. Done. And the last is length, length, length function, and here we will calculate the length of first name. Okay, let's change it. Let's don't follow the department throughout this query. length. Done. And this all we are doing from our table, because we are getting all those data from our table, so we need to select our table. Done. Same as programming language? Yes, same as programming language. Saurav and Karthik, you both are correct. You already know this, I think. And I have executed this, and let's see the output. First is concat, second is upper, third is lower, and fourth is length. So see, full name is R of that space is there because we have created that space. If you don't create that space, it will be R of Sharma in one go. So R of Sharma full name, Priya Verma, Rohan Gupta, Sneha Patel, and so on. You understood it, what concatenation does. Sales upper, you see sales written in all caps, same marketing, IT and sales and operations. And department lower, small is small, the letters are smaller in sales, same for marketing, same for IT. The name length, so I've gone with the first name itself. If you see over here, so Arav, if you count Arav letters, so AARAV is 5, Priya is also 5, and so on. So this is very easy string function, and I know you all got it in one go. I don't want to spend much more time on this. This was easy. Give me a thumbs up, and then let's proceed. I will be waiting on the output screen for a few seconds. Once I got your confirmation, we can proceed. Sneha, hi in the chat, and welcome to Code with an M. And if you're new to Code with an M, make sure you join the Discord. There you will find all the session notes free. Joining Discord is free. All the practice question is free, so make sure you join the Discord. And we have a roadmap for you to make a data analyst, data scientist, ML engineer, ML ops, or AI, whatever you want to become in life. And connect with me and chat with me on Discord is free. Not just with me, with others, with the Code with NM family. We have more developers there. Done. Okay, let's move on. And I think the next part will be the business use case. Yes. So we have come to the real world business use case problem. And in this, let's combine all 4 tools from today's live into a deliverable. This is a genuinely realistic analyst task from your marketing team. So marketing wants a live dashboard view, every employee, full name, salary, band, and years of service. So they never have to rewrite this query again and again. Understood? What was the requirement? This type of requirement we have already seen in the Power BI when we were creating the interactive dashboards. But here they are asking us from the SQL. So marketing team wants live dashboard, every employee, full name, their salary band. Salary band means entry level, mid level, or senior level. And years of service means year of experience. Years of service means when they have joined this organization or company, and up till now how many years, months or days they have worked for. So they never have to rewrite this query again. I think you all understood the question. Let's jump on to the solution part. Okay, so for this, first thing first, we need to create a view. Now, why I'm creating a view? I can see Rahul, I can see Saurabh, I can see Karthik. If Sneha, you're good at SQL, you can also answer this. Why I need to create a view? The hint was there in the question itself. This is off topic. My mom was saying just trim your beard, or the shape your beard. You teach live with your face. What your learners or student will think about you. You're not groomed. Okay, Karthik says because it's permanent. Yes, Karthik, indirectly way it is correct. The question says so they never have to rewrite this query again. This was the hint. They don't want to rewrite it again and again. Saurav, we connect table to Power BI to dynamically update dashboard. Difference, any changes occur in table? Yes, of course. And if you create your view and anything change in your original table, the view table will automatically updated. Understood this, Saurav? That's what the power of view, because it depends on your original table. Original table value changes, your view will be changed. Your view will be changed. So any query executed on the view table, which is virtual table, it will also change. Yes, each and every one of you, right? Let's create the view. If you understood why we need a view, so let me create the view, and I'm creating it as employee underscore overview, because they want overview in short. As okay, select, and I will be using everything concatenate because they want their full name. The question was they required full name. So for full name, concatenation, and the things we have already seen here just now. So full name, space. If you want to create more space, you can create more space. If you want to give dash, you can give dash. Whatever you want, you do it. It's your query, but I like only space. That is a bit professional. And let me have a proper spacing for readability. As again, same thing, full name, this is done. Then department, then salary, of course. And let me have the question on the screen also, so you all also understand what I'm going and creating. Okay, so every employee full name, this is done. Their salary band and years of service. So now we need to work on salary band. So for that we will be using case, and this is also we have already seen in this live. Yes, when salary is less than 48,000, same condition I will be using. Then they are entry level, LEVL. When salary between, let me use caps lock again and again, I don't want to hold shift, 48, then sorry, between 48 and 60,000 space, then they are mid-level. Yes, I think you all know this comma is not required over there. And when do I read a last? When I've created entry level, I've created mid-level. Why do I need when over here? I just directly need else over there, else they will be in senior level. So band is also created. Let's name it as salary band. AS should be capital B and D. Up till here it is done. Now the end part is we need to calculate their, let me go to the question. So full name is done, salary band is done, years of service. Okay, we need to calculate their years of service. So you all tell me what date function I should use over here. I will wait for a few seconds for you all. Meantime, I will complete the remaining code. Done. I've just completed. Let me just bring it in the 2 lines for the readability. Okay, only 1 line is missing in our query. We have successfully done with full name. Here is on line number 8, and then line number 10 to 14 we have done with the salary band. They're also interested in years of service. Year, current date, hire date. Okay, you both are correct, but Karthik has answered the function name and Saurav has given the what is going inside that function. So you both are correct. I think you all know what needs to be done over here. So I will be doing that. Timestamp, yes, of course. We need to use timestamp difference. Timestamp difference. Don't forget the difference word. First thing will be year, of course. Then second thing will be higher date. Third thing will be current date. And you all have answered that. And this sequence is important. First date and second date. Higher date is my first date, current date is my second date. The sequence is important. Okay, and this is function, though. Never forget the parenthesis of current date. That is a function. Okay, as years underscore of underscore service. Done. So we have successfully done with full name, salary band, and years of service. So let me remove the question, and this is what we have. We have created a view, means the new view will be created. One view we have department summary. Now the employee overview will be created, and then select concat department salary when and timestamps. Okay, year, hire date, and I think you all have answered that. Okay, I just missed the current date or what. Done. This was missing over here as a years of service. Okay, so this is what I have created my view with the name, department, salary, and of course the salary is with the if and else, that is nothing but a case in SQL, and then timestamp difference. And then from that view, our view name is employee underscore overview. From that view, we are sorting it, filtering it, sorting it with the years of service in descending order. For example, the first employee will have the highest years of service. For example, if someone has worked for 10 years, then 7 years, and 5 years, 4 years, and 1 year, and 0 means work for days or months. That 0 is days and months. So this is descending order. So let's execute this, and we have successfully generated an error. Now you all solve it. This is easy. This is the easiest error. It's saying the error is here. It's saying DESC. The error is over here. And let me refresh. Meantime, my left side panel. Does it created the view? No, it doesn't. Why? Because this all doesn't execute in one go. What is the issue? I know what is the issue. I'm interested that you all to fix it. If you want, I can zoom in on the error so you all can read it. It says error code 1064. You have an error in SQL syntax. And I have already given you a hint. if you see this type of error, what is the actual error means? I will wait for you all to answer for a few seconds. Okay, let's check line by line. This is correct. Check for any typo. Is this correct? Concat, first name, last name, as full name, department, salary, and then when. Ordered by after employee. Okay, you are saying this ordered by after employee. Karthik is saying in the chat order by after employee. So you are saying it should be before it. Karthik, one thing. This is my view. Up till from employees is my view. And this is the query we are going to give to marketing team. This query output we will going to give a marketing team because this query is using our view. See, employee overview is the name of our view. So this should be always after the view. Understood? Okay. So what is the mistake we have done or else I have done for you all to debug this code? That's learning. See, learning the concept, learning the query, learning the code is very easy. But this is what you will be turned into a software engineer to find the mistake in my code and helping me to fix it out. And I purposely make mistakes. If you all say have this in one line and then try, I can try that too. Okay, should I try? Okay, let's execute this. See, now it executed. The issue was if you see the code more than 100 times, it won't execute only. You will be just going through each and comma, apostrophe, spelling of department, salary. The issue was only this. This should be in one line, but this was on line number 50. I will explain you why from start we are learning this type of query, but here why SQL didn't execute it. Okay, I will explain you. First, let's focus on the output. According to our question, is it true or not? Okay, so they were interested in full name. Yes, we got the full name. They were interested in department. Yes, we got the department. They were interested in salary. Of course, they were interested in salary band also. So we got salary band. And of course, they want years of service, and the filtering order means sorting order should be on the basis of years of service from highest to lowest. So Vikram Roy is the oldest employee in this company, and then the Rohan Gupta and then others have worked for 9 months, 10 months, 6 months. Therefore the years of service is still 0. Understood the output? Yes. So let's talk about the error now. If you understood the output, and I will give you this code too. So if your query is complex, means we are writing this complex query, we are creating a view in one go, and then we are trying to execute something with the help of that view. At that time, MySQL execute everything line by line. So here up till now MySQL has created our view. If I refresh my left panel, you can see the new view has been created over here. If I zoom in, see employee underscore view has been created here. Okay, that view has been created, and at the same time we are telling SQL to execute something of this line. So what he's trying to do, he's ending everything up till here. It's not going beyond this. Why? It is trying to search years of service into some table, and it is not able to find this employee view table. It is not considering this in a one line query, it is considering it in 2 lines, and then it is trying to find the years of service, and this years of service is part of our view. And then on the line number 15, MySQL thinks he's trying to access some table column, but where is that table? Understood? So that is why if you are writing creating a view, make sure if you want to do something with that view, do it in a this way. See, I'm just removing the create view because my view is already being created, and just have this on a second line. Now if you execute this, because the view is already been created in your DB, this will execute successfully. But if you try to execute with view, your create view code is also there, means query is also there, and also you want to do some stuffs on the newly created query, because this is a one query for your SQL. Understand this, this is like a Java program, it will, or C program, it will take a complete block like your void main, int main, it will take that complete block and execute it. So if you do it on 2 lines, at that time this employee view doesn't exist, that's why it was giving an error. But if it is in a 1 line, first it will execute this half part, and then it will execute this. At that time it will find that employee overview, means our view has been created, and they are asking us that years of service we need to filter and ordered by. So SQL will understand this. But if you don't want to complicate this, just first create your view, remove the above code, and then you can execute in this way like we have learned from start. Is at this time view is already been created on the left side panel for you to show see it, and you can execute in this way. Understood how SQL execute things? And I don't think I need to explain this code to you all. I will just share the code because, oh, understood, Rahul understood this. This is a complete code I have shared with you all, and of course you want that simple 1-line query. Done. So concat for the same name concatenation, case for salary band, timestamp difference for years of service, all saved as a view. So marketing can just run the select run star for employee overview forever, means they can run this single line of query up till lifetime, because once your table is updated, for example your employee table is being updated on a daily basis, or a minute, seconds, in hour, or in a week, automatically your view will be updated. And if your view is updated, then the output of this single query will be updated. Understood? So this was the today entire session in one question, one problem, and one query. Give me a thumbs up if you all understood this, and then we will move on to the next part. I think you all know what this next part is, the practice corner, which is interesting because you all solve it. I will wait for a few seconds for your reply. Okay, Saurav understood this. I hope Karthik also understood this, and Rahul also understood this. Let's jump on to the next part, which is practice corner. Do it by yourself. Okay, easy one first. And I think now today's topic was not that hard. Theoretical concept of today's life was hard, but query was very easy. So warm up question, use case to label employee as veteran, hired before the date. So don't go with the date, just use the date 2026, for new hire date 2026 plus, and hire date before will be 2024. So let me have that thing over here before the date will be, because I've already told you this PPT I've created in 2022 when I was teaching offline. This will be the higher date. Okay, let's take 2025 and the new date will be 2026 and try to solve it by yourself. I've only changed the year. And this is easy. This is easy. This is very easy. Meantime, I will also solve it with you. This is easy. I've solved it in 2022, way back. On board, of course, with whiteboard and marker. And this time I'm doing directly in the software. Don't copy my solution. Just look into your screen, not on YouTube. And I've already given you the hint, use case statement. So we will be using case. Case is nothing but if and else. So if higher date, of course, Saurav is perfectly right. Just sort of the question was the higher date is less than 2024. I've just updated the date one hyphen, sorry, 2025. I've said you to have it 2025 at 1, then make it as veteran. Perfect, but your answer is 1000% correct. But the second one you are saying higher date greater than 2022 is not correct. See, what is the actual answer? Actually, that will also work, but why you want to complicate new higher? Oh, Karthik, you're 1000% correct. Yes. Karthik's solution is 1000% correct. Yes. It should be else new higher. Why, Saurabh, you want to create another condition? There are only two conditions, before and after. So before is this, then after is ultimately it should be an else part. And let's rename them as employee status and from employees. Done. So Karthik, clap for you. First clap of this life. That is 1000% correct. And let's execute this and you will get the output. Let me zoom in. So we have all the new hires because nobody has been hired before 2025. That's what the query is. Yes. Yeah. 2025 01001. If I want to change the date, why it is not working for 2024? Let me change the date to, okay, this should be, see, the Vikram has been hired on 2024 2nd of 14th of Feb 14th Feb 2024. Then too he's not veteran, is higher, new hire. Let me check the condition. The last condition will be S. Yes, but higher date is, let me, if I change this, let me change to 10. Let's see what, let us experiment. Does it change to, okay, only on Vikram's data I can see the issue. Let's change to 2026 and let's see, and let's make it to 5. Let's see. I want to see veteran in my output. Okay, still not having the veteran on the output. Something with my SQL cache, I think. When an else use, yes, each and everyone, you all are right, but I want your answer. This is my cache issue. If you see, I've changed the date to this 1st May. 5 is May. 1st May 2026. If anybody is hired before 1st May of 2026, we are saying they are veteran or else they are new hire. But if you see in my output, this is a SQL cache issue. So Arav is hired on 1st of Jan 2026. So according to my condition, he should be a veteran, but he is also new hire. And what about Vikram? He is hired on 2024, not 2026. Then too, he is new hire. So there is something issue with my SQL cache. I need to clear it, or else I just need to restart the SQL and then the output will be correct. But in your case, it should be correct. So anyone, those who have run this query can give me the output, and let me also change and experiment with this. Let's see if anybody, okay, now everyone is veteran. Okay, there is some issue with my SQL because this is not possible. Yes, this is not possible. How everyone can be veteran if hire date is greater than this? Now it will change everyone to new hire. Anyone, those have executed on their system, just copy paste your output over here. I want to see higher, and for Vikram I want to see the veteran, because according to this condition, if I change this to 2025 and I change this to 1st of January 2025, only Vikram is the person who has been hired on 14th Feb 2024. So only Vikram should be a veteran. Okay, this is a simple cache issue in my SQL, but for you all I think it will execute correctly. Let me solve other two also, and then I will restart my SQL, and then we will see the output. Okay, so let's jump on to the second part, which is nothing but building a view. Create a view. Here is the question, and here is the title to it. Building a view. Create a view showing each department name, employee count, and average salary, and this we have done today only. So let's start, everyone. And I will show you something. I think I have already told you about that, but uh, in this medium one, I will show you something new. The question is create a view. Okay, so in add date more than the new hire. Okay, you want me to add that, Raul? You want me to add new case over here? You want me to change this? Okay, Raul is saying let's experiment this. Raul is saying more than equals to 2025 1. Then he is saying change it to new hire and change this to else veteran. So he has just changed the logic. Meantime, others can solve the second one. Again, Rahul, see, this is my, what I have done is, you are saying greater than equals to, it simply means I can say this is less than, and the new hire will be here, and veteran you will be here. You are doing the same thing, but I'm touching my nose here, you are touching it with here. That's the thing. Nothing else. I've done the same thing with the same condition what you are telling, but again this is my SQL issue, SQL cache issue. That's why we are getting all new areas. Let's focus on the building view, and in the third medium one we will be having I will be showing you something new, good over there. Okay, let's jump on to the second, and second one is very easy. So let me open my, yeah, Rahul, I've just made the changes what you are talking about. But see, we can say 10 less than 15. So you are saying that make this as new hire, else wet. I'm saying it wet. This is for the Rahul. I'm making him to understand the condition. One way is this, Rahul, or else you can say just turn this. I can say if 10 is greater than 15 and that is false, so make it wet and here new hire. Okay, it's the one and the same thing. It's just you are playing around with the condition. Okay, let's move on to the second part, and Karthik has answered it. Create view summary, department summary as select department name, count, average salary from DPT group by department, select summary. Perfect, perfect. That's the answer. You have perfectly nailed it, Karthik. That's the answer. For others, those are not getting it, let me create the view for you all. So I will be creating a view for you all, and Karthik has answered it perfectly. Create view dpt underscore state as select department, comma, count. So Karthik, you don't need to count the employee, you need to count each and every one. So there should be a star, as because we don't want to miss out anyone, but in your case it will work, but we don't have any EMP column, so it should be star employees, and AVJ should be having the average salary, so we need to calculate the salary as AVJ underscore salary, and this all should be from employee. Today only we have just saw this, and we need to group by the help of department itself. Done. And then because this is a view we have created, we need to show the output. So select star from dpt underscore stats. Done. It will create a view. I'm not executing this. This will create a view named dpt underscore stats. It will have a department and then all number of count of employees and average salary based on the department, because we have grouped by the department. And then if you run this, you will have the 3 columns and the output. Select star from. Perfect. Saurav, Karthik, you both are perfect. Saurav has written this line 6-1, and this is the output for the second one. Let's see the third one, which is interesting. This I will solve with you all. If you are able to solve it, okay, I will solve with this you all. The question is combining functions. So this is the hint. We need to use functions and produce a column name like Arav Sharma has been here 3 years using concat plus a date function. Understood? They are asking us generate a column which should hold a data like this. Arav name has been here 3 years. Okay, so let's see it in an action. I will do it with you all. So first thing first, select. Of course, concat was the hint, so I will be using concat because I need to concat the name of like Arav Sharma. So and everything, of course, has been and the 3 years, everything should be inside concat. So first thing first, let me have a tab space. First underscore name, comma, and space, comma, space, last name. I think you all got it up till now. This is also possible in concatenation because this is also a string, so it is valid. I'm adding has been. Now we need to calculate the years. So of course you all know now timestamp difference DIFF, and we need to pass 3 things: year and the hire date, and of course CUR current date. Done. Up till now everyone is with me. I'm not going very fast. Yes, and years. Sorry, this is not required. And let's say S TN. Sorry, by mistakenly I've touched my mic, so if it was very loud, my bad. Done. It was very simple. What I've done is, first thing first, I've concatenate employee's name with this, and I've just added a string statement because concatenation is nothing but addition of strings. So has been here. Then we need to calculate the number of years that employee has been. So to calculate the number of years, we have already seen in this live is timestamp difference, years and hire date and current date, of course. And after it, it should be not 0, 1, 2, 3. It should make sense in a reading statement. That's why we need to again add years. as a text over there, and then I'm renaming or giving a name to that new column as tenure underscore summary. And from employees, if I execute this, you will get the output as the name. Okay, we generated an error. We will solve this. Error is nothing, but we will solve this. Tenure summary, I think it's nothing but the issue with this brackets and everything. So let me quickly check that everything is perfectly fine. Name, year, TMP, STM, PDF. Okay, everything is perfectly fine. I think this is the issue with the space, one tab space. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. As tenure space. And the error is 1064. Yes, the error is regarding this only. Nothing else. Select concat first name, last name. As pin here, comma is there. Here, comma is there. Here, comma is there. 1 minute. Sorry, Rahul in the chat. Sorry, Rahul. Rahul, select concat name has been time spent here. Yes, Rahul. Absolutely, you are also correct. Just we need to add this to statements, and you need to rename your new column. Let me execute again. Okay, now it says years is an issue. Let me again. Let me also have the full stop. Okay, now this is in aligned. Now what is the issue? This is the issue. Done. Now let me execute. Yeah, done. So the bracket was the issue. That's why I love VS Code. This indentation in problem doesn't appear there. By default, hitting the enter, it just frame your query. Okay. So let me expand the output and quickly zoom in a bit. So now you can see due to the spacing issue, let me just fix that too. Everything is so cluttered that I am only unable to read it. So let me have space here. Okay, let me execute it again. Yeah, now it is readable. Comma is the issue, I think. No, this was the issue. It was not aligned with the closing bracket. No worries. How I checked it, just make sure you backspace and then hit enter. It will by default bring the things into according to MySQL style. Okay. So I think this is readable. Arav Sharma has been here 0 years. Rohan has been here with 1 years. And Ananya Singh has been 0 years. Vikram Rao has been here 2 years. So this was the desired output asked from us. So let me give this to you all in the chat. Done. And make sure with the formatting, and let me open the PPT also for the question if you want. So produce a column like Arav Sharma has been here 3 years. Okay. Done. Give me a thumbs up if you all understood this. We're not seeing the time. It's 1:38 today. No worries. We are not just chilling and doing time pass. We are seriously learning something, building something. So time is going behind this. This is good. Quickly give me a thumbs up if this is clear. What I have done over here. Then we will move on to the 3 interview questions. Then homework. Okay, okay, Rahul understood this. Others, Saurav and Karthik, done. Okay. Saurav is happy. Saurav, victory sign. Okay, interview question you will get asked of course, on this topic, on today's live topic, first thing first, what is case statement used for and where can it appear? So let me give you the output, and then output means the definition of it, and then we will together read it out loud. This is half part, this is half part. Let's read it out loud. Case let you build conditions, in bracket, if and else style. This is for your understanding. Logic directly inside a query, checking when condition top to bottom and return the first match with else as a fallback. If most common inside select to create a labeled column, but it can also appear in where, ordered by, and more. If this statement is getting over and above your head, make sure you can frame your own statements. Yes, Karthik. Case is nothing like if and else conditional statement. But again, we need to elaborate answers in interview, or else they will think two things. First, we don't know English. Second, we don't know concept. Second question, what's the difference between a view and a table? This is very easy. This is the answer to the second thing. A table physically stored data. A view is just a saved query. It stores no data of its own and rerun its underlying query every time you select from it. That's why I was saying, once your real table updated, your view will also be updated, and then any query based on your view will be updated. Why? View never stores a value. It will rerun the query inside it, and the query inside it is depend on the your original table. Understood? View is a virtual and table is real. Of course, Saurav, you are also correct. You can also add this in while time of answering this in question. Okay. But you need to explain what is virtual and what is real then. And the continuation to the definition. So it's always up to date. View are great for reusability. Make sure you use this word in the interview while time of explaining view. It is great for reusability and simplifying complex query for other people or other developers. Reusability was the key. The last one is, what is an index and what's the trade of adding one? So this was a trickier part to you all to get it, what was the index, but I think now you all got it and why it is not visible. I think the trickiest part was to understand the output of index, which is not visible for us. Index was like an ghost to us. We cannot explain it. How you can explain ghost? Ghost is nothing but a negative energy. There are positive energy, there is a negative energy. So ghost is nothing but a negative energy. I don't believe in ghost, but if you want that definition of ghost is negative energy. God is positive energy. Quick search. Yes, Saurav. Quick search. Yes, that's the shortest explanation we can give to indexes. But you need to elaborate. Yes. So index is a structure that lets the database find row matching a column value quickly. Nothing but quick search, as Saurav said it correctly, without scanning the whole table like a book index. The trade-off is it speed up select where join on that column. This trade-off is nothing but showing your control and knowledge over the SQL, because this is an advanced SQL. If you know the index up till this level, you know SQL. They will understand this. So it speed up select where and join, but it slows down insert update delete slightly, and you need to explain why. I've already explained this in my life. And use extra storage since the index has to stay up to date. Understood? This was his 3 interview questions, and let's move on to the next topic. I think you all got it. The next topic is nothing but the homework and of course the recap. So recap, we have learned today the case. It is nothing but a conditional logic inside a query. You can use with when, then, else, and more. Then the second was a create view. a saved, reusable, always up to date query. Remember, it is always up to date and reusable. Make sure you use this two word while time of explaining view. Then third is create index, speed up lookups on a column. So index is nothing but a lookups in Excel at the cost of slower write and more storage. It will use your storage. It is slower in write but faster in, and just now explain it to you all. Select where and join. Okay, then date function we have saw, I think current date, date different, timestamp difference, year and month, and what this all do I'm not going again. There is a quick recap. And string function is concatenation upper, lower and length. Okay, I think this was everything I have covered in this live. Let's see the homework. Homework is nothing but first, create a case statement that label department as a small team, fewer than 3 employees, or larger team, more than 3 employees. I will give you a hint. You will need this combiner, subquery or CET from session 4. If you want to achieve the first, just a second. My throat is dried completely. Okay, the second is, create a view called high earners view, showing only employees earning above the company average salary. Okay, this all homework and today's session notes and everything will be inside a PDF. I will be sharing on Discord as I always do. So don't worry that I'm just showing this on the PPT and then it is gone after my live. You will get this all inside the PDF. But make sure you solve this homework because this is important. This is to uh, know that how good I am in Excel if I am able to solve this all homework query with my own without using Google, GPT, Gemini or whatsoever. Okay. So in first question, the hint was use subquery or CET for the first question. The second question, I think it's straightforward. The third one is use concatenation plus upper. Produce a column showing each department name in all caps followed by department and sales and other things. Okay. Third is also very easy. The fourth one is all three questions, practice it. I have given you the solution. If you have not given the solution in the comment section, make sure you follow that three practice question, solve it at your end and try to match it with my solution. Okay. The next thing is then, okay, great work today. Great work. I've seen new people in the live. Those who are joining, those are interested to be a data analyst. So welcome to Code with NM family, and great work Saurav, great work Karthik, great work Rahul. And you are learning in the live and answering means you are growing each every day. So next session in our the SQL playlist is nothing but capstone, that is phase 8 live 8, and we will be working with a full realistic data set from start to finish and go through the kind of SQL interview question you will actually being asked. And this is where everything from last 7 session come together. Okay, so I'm opening this floor for Q&A for the remaining time. For others, if you don't have any queries, you can wind off. And let me open the live chat on the big screen. There's one question that someone has asked. Let me scroll up. Now I can answer. It was Hardy, I think. Okay, it was two up then. Next live. Karthik, the next live will be. Okay, let me think. I just commit to you all that I will be doing 4 live. Yes. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Tuesday. Okay. afternoon you all are free or you are in college? I think you all will be in college, because now I have work from home, so I can take the live in afternoon too. Let me see. Next live Monday is not possible. Okay, Tuesday is possible. I can take the next live on Tuesday. Same again, 8 p.m. IST. Then Wednesday 8 p.m. IST. Then Friday 8 p.m. IST. And then Sunday 11 a.m. IST. Because I was doing 3 live per week, now I will be doing 4 live per week. So you all decide, you want Monday 8 p.m. IST or Tuesday 8 p.m. IST, the new live that I will be adding to it up till my leg is fine, because now 1 month I am at home doing work from home. So 1 month I can do 4 lives. It's up to you, Monday or Tuesday. Time will be 8 p.m. IST, because I know I also have a job, and you all needs to go college and everything. Or else you all suggest me the time in Monday or Tuesday. Meantime, I need to find what was the question. I think Hardy or someone has asked. Neha, I can't see any question from Neha. Okay. Hardy, sir, can I get job by this? I think I've answered that, Hardy. Yes, okay, I've answered yes question 2. Okay, I think someone has asked in the chat. I'm not finding that particular chat in the live chat. So they have asked in SQL, what is the difference between truncate and drop? Okay, so I will do it in this way. Truncate, remove rows. Drop, also remove rows. Truncate doesn't remove table structure. Drop removes table structure. In truncate, table remains. In drop, table will get deleted. Okay. In truncate, you cannot use where condition, where clause. In drop, you cannot use where condition and where clause. So in truncate, table will be empty. In drop, table will be completely deleted. Understood the difference between truncate and drop? I think Hardy or someone were asking this question in the live chat. Okay. So Karthik, next live, I'm not seeing you all are voting for Monday or Tuesday. So I will be answering that. Okay, let's have this week Tuesday and following week from Monday, because I need to prepare the capstone. So I need 1 day time, and Monday is always hectic on the job. So let's have Tuesday 8 p.m. IST for this coming week only. From next week, I will be following Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And coming week, because it is a capstone project, I need to do it. I need to have that real huge database. So we will be having the next live on Tuesday 8 p.m. IST, and then I will be starting with Excel Wednesday 8 p.m. IST. Okay. I hope I answer your question, Karthik. And for others also, I will be coming live on Tuesday 25th. Take every day. Rahul, it seems like it's easy to take live every day, but it's very difficult to continue speak for more than 3 hours. And of course, I know on YouTube very few are doing this, very few are teaching live. I'm not sure how good they are, but it's difficult to answer each and every question, because if you don't know the concept, for example, if I am only teaching React, I know only React, and how other YouTubers do is they create their script and they come live, or else they have a script and then they teach on their YouTube channel. So just throw a random question to them, they won't be able to answer it there and there only. Why I am able to answer is because I'm working for more than 10 years and I have expertise in many technology because I have worked on many technology. That's why for me it's easy to answer your question and guide you all in a right way. But at the same time, going live for more than 3 hours and having all this PPT and the easiest example, easiest topic, that what combines with which thing, that you will get this and think of this behind the scene, takes time. That's why I need one day off in between to prepare the next day live things. That's why I am not possible for me to take every day. And of course, this I need to do with job, and there are other things in life too. So Tuesday I will be coming live only for the next coming week, which is on 25th of August. I will be coming live for the capstone. Then I will coming live on 26th, which is Wednesday, 8 p.m. IST. Then I'm coming live on 28th Friday, and then Sunday 30th. Then from that 30th August, the next live will be on Monday 31st. Then again Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, like we follow. Okay. Anything else you all want to discuss? Any query, any doubt? If not, let's wind it off. It's almost 3 hours. Okay. I think there is nothing, we can wind off. So I'm on a mission to make you market ready data analyst and a SQL engineer. So code with precision, ship with vision, subscribe now and join the mission. See you in the next live, which is on Tuesday, 8 p.m. IST. Take care. God bless you. See you in the next live. Bye.